This is Dr. Hovelt, and I'm going to help you solve this problem. It says Diego has 3 times as many comic books as Han. How many comic books does Diego have if Han has 6 comic books? So Han has 6 comic books, and Diego has 3 times as many. So how would we find the number that Diego has? Well, we would take 6 times 3. And what number is that? 18. So that means if Han has 6 comic books, Diego has 18 comic books. What if we don't know how many comic books Han has? Or it could be any number. So if Han has n comic books, how do we find how many Diego has? Well, we would take that unknown number and we would multiply by 3. And usually we would just write something like this with a coefficient. So we would write 3n. Because even though it's n times 3, 3n is the way that we're going to be used to saying it once we get some more experience with this. So 3n would be the number of comic books that Diego has in this case. Next, it says Diego has 27 comic books. How many comic books does Han have? So now we have 2 ways to think about how many comic books Diego has. Diego has 27 comic books, but we also know that Diego has 3 times as many comic books as Han. So both of these quantities represent the number of comic books Diego has, which means that they're equal. That's why we can write an equation like this. So now, how do we figure out how many comic books Han has? Well, we have 3 groups of n on the right side, so why don't we just try to split both sides into 3 equal groups? Which is to say we could divide by 3 on both sides. So divide by 3 on both sides. So if we have 27 divided by 3, that would tell us what n is. So what is 27 divided by 3? That's 9. You might have known this right away. As soon as we wrote 27 equals 3n, you might have said, oh, I know it's 9. And that works too. We're just getting used to writing what these solutions look like. Alright, so thanks for working this problem with me, and I hope it'll help you be successful.